Hey, what's going on, dudes? My name is StaxersGaming, and today we're back for another shootout commentary here. And this is live, of course. I like to do my shootouts live and whatnot. Today I'm gonna discuss the trade that happened between Montreal and Toronto, which sent Tomas Plekanec to the Toronto Maple Leafs in return for Renette Valiev, forward Kirby Reichel, and a 2018 second-round draft pick. So we're gonna discuss that, and we're gonna do some shootout while we're.
No reason to say much more here. The shootout is about to begin.
Okay, so I just want to apologize for the lack of uploads lately. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even own my own PS4 anymore, and that's because, long story short, that my PS4 is no longer with me. It's basically gone. There's no way of getting it back either, so that's the thing. But anyways, I wanted to discuss the trade that happened between Montreal and Toronto. I mean, it's a very rare trade. Teams typically don't trade with rivalry teams, and considering it's Toronto and Montreal, it just seems so unlikely for a trade like this to happen. But it makes sense at the same time too. And the reason I say that is because this trade is going to be benefiting both teams. Tomas Plekanec is an up-and-coming, unrestricted free agent, so at the end of this year, he can choose to sign with whoever he would like to sign with. Meaning he doesn't have to return back to Toronto after this playoff run that they go through, whether they win the cup or not. And basically, that meaning Tomas Plekanec can return to Montreal if he chooses to return. What I've heard from the news lately is that Tomas Plekanec actually wanted to get traded to a team. He didn't want to get traded to a team that was in the opposite conference. And what I take from this is that maybe Tomas Plekanec wants to stay closer to his home, that being the Montreal Canadiens. And maybe, quite possibly, he wants to return next year for a cheaper price.
You know what,
Which only makes sense.
Your goaltender to stay with the shooter. That's exactly what happened there.
And in all honesty, I think that would be awesome if that were to occur. Okay, I apologize. I had a little bit of an interruption. But try to get a goal with Plekanec there. It's the turtleneck. I also forgot to mention that Kyle Braun was also part of this deal, which was sent from Montreal here.
Wonderful save.
Oh, nice save. Nice save.
Great poke check.
I don't know what the hell he's trying to do there. I'm trying to do like a no shot goal, whatever, or something. Didn't work out. Okay, so the 35-year-old Plekanec, who became an unrestricted free agent this summer, is enjoying the Leafs in Tampa games, Monday night in Tampa Bay and Tuesday night in Florida. So I'm guessing Toronto is going to be facing some pretty tough teams coming up here. So acquiring Tomas Plekanec was pretty important at this point in time for them. And what Tomas Plekanec has said here is that
it's over. He saved the goal, and he saved his team.
It's 15 years of my life. It's my home. Plekanec said of his main career that began in 2003. My kids go to school here. Their first language is basically French.
Riley's got a great opportunity here.
Once again, that's saying something. Tomas Plekanec, I really do believe he wants to come back to Montreal. Considering his kids go to school to Montreal, and they still, their main language is practically French.
We continue.
Oh my God. I'm so terrible at this, boys. I apologize, I'm trying to focus on commentating and giving my input on this trade that just happened. So I apologize if I'm doing terrible in this shootout. Yeah, that was gonna happen. We're gonna redo this shootout.
A save, and it's over.
Oh, okay, we got one more. Let's check this out.
Look at that. He
There it is.
had to score, and he did. That's an amazing goal.
Okay, I had to really had to put my focus on this one. Okay, so the stocky center, known for nearly always wearing turtlenecks, is likely to be used as a third or fourth line center in Toronto. He is an accomplished two-way player and a penalty killer, even if his offensive statistics have dropped since his prime. Plekanec has 6 goals and 18 assists in 60 games this season, playing a primarily checking role. He's had seasons of 29 goals and 69 points in 2007 and 25 goals and 70 points in 2009.
He got his glove on that
So
one.
basically, Plekanec he's known more for his defensive liabilities. But he can produce offensive goals, definitely, especially come playoff time.
Wonderful save with a pass.
So that's just, I guess, something for Toronto fans to expect from the turtleneck two-way forward. Now I'm going to get in a little bit on the 2 players that Montreal have acquired. That's pretty important in this video too. Oh, Slim Dog Millionaire. Here we go. Slim Dog. Oh, he tried to dangle too much. Okay, so Renat Valiev. He's a defenseman that shoots left. He's from Russia, and he's 22 years of age. So this is a very young defenseman. If this guy, if Montreal can manage to grow this guy properly, he can become a decent player. Honestly. So Renat Valiev, he played a lot of his time in the Toronto Montreal, looks like. There you go. Beautiful. Yeah, so a lot of his time was spent in the Toronto Montreal in the AHL. In 2014, 2015, from 2014 to the 2016 years, so for 3 years, he spent in the AHL with the Toronto Montreal. And in his first year, he played 2 games. He was a +3, but no points. His second year, he had 60 games played. He had 23 points, so 4 goals, 19 assists, and he managed to pull off a 32+ ratio. That's very, very good. And depending on his ice time there, I mean, that's decent. That's really decent for a defenseman. So 2015-2016, he also played 10 games with the Toronto Maple Leafs. He didn't really produce much, and his plus ratio is also there. So nothing really happened in his NHL stint there.
Here comes shooter number 1.
And then 2016-2017, he was a part of the Toronto Montreal once again, where he played 47 games. He had 13 points and a -5, so he definitely didn't get any better, which isn't too much of a good sign. Yeah, I always use Patrick's wrister. His wrister is an absolute beauty. And then 2017-2018, so this year he doesn't have any statistics in the NHL, but he has played with the Toronto Montreal for 40 games. He managed 15 points and he has 14+ ratio. So what I'm getting from Renat Valiev is that this is a defenseman that's spent most of his time in the AHL. And that being said, there's a possibility he gets used, especially considering Montreal's defensive problems. But there's also a more likely. But it's also more likely that he stays with the Laval Rocket. This guy seems like he needs a little bit of growing to do before he can become that, or grow into that top 6 role and become a part of the NHL. But enough with Renat Valiev. I'm kind of running out of things to say for this guy. So Kirby Reichel, this is one I'm a little more excited for. Honestly, Kirby Reichel, there it is. There's a no-shot goal. Oh my God, no-shot goal. Beautiful. Okay, so Kirby Reichel, I'm a little more excited for. he has a little more flair to him, I'll say, I guess. And he has more experience with the NHL. He's a left wing, he shoots left, of course. And he's 23 years of age. And he's 6 foot tall and he weighs about 230 pounds. So this is a power forward we're getting, and this is what Montreal's been lacking, to be honest. Claude Julien, he's known for his physicality, like putting his players in a more physical role.
Outstanding save by the goalie.
The word that comes to mind, Doc, for this goaltender: consistency.
Wow,
The pressure
that was
is
a terrible
great,
try
he
with
steps up.
Plekanec. I wanted to get a goal with Plekanec, and I'm trying to focus. Anyways, so Kirby Reichel, he's a good player in my opinion. I managed to look at some of his goals and during the 2014-2015 season with the Columbus Blue Jackets, because he did play, let's see, 5 games in 2014 with the Columbus Blue Jackets NHL team, and then he also played 2015-2016 where he played 32 games and he had 9 points, so 2 goals and 7 assists. So this guy has a little bit of man's against him. So this guy has experience with the NHL, and in my opinion, he's going to be an absolute stud for the Montreal Canadiens. And I think he's going to work well with Claude Julien. Honestly, I see Kirby Reichel being added to the NHL roster pretty quick here. We could see some games from him before the end of the season. But if not, definitely he's going to be a part of the lineup next year if he doesn't get traded, which I doubt is going to happen. He's 23 years of age. I mean, this is a guy that's not even reached his peak potential. He hasn't been in his prime yet, so Kirby Reichel can definitely make an impact on the Montreal Canadiens roster in the upcoming years, depending on what he turns into. My best bet is that he turns into a third liner, possibly a second liner, but that's very unlikely. I mean, even the third line is sort of unlikely for a player like this, because he doesn't really produce much offensively, but he can definitely shut it down defensively. And that's what Montreal is looking for. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like. I just wanted to give my input on the trade that happened. And if you want more videos like this, definitely don't forget to leave your suggestions. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to leave your love. This has been Staxers, and I will update you guys again when Montreal does something else. Peace out, boys. Okay, before I end this upload, I just want to mention Plekanec said he's not averse to re-signing with Montreal this summer, so he can play his 1,000th game in Canadiens uniform. Because honestly, the last 18 games of the Leafs have is only going to take Tomas Plekanec to 999 games. So after the playoffs, Plekanec can return to Montreal and he can play his 1,000th game in the Montreal uniform, and that's kind of what he wants to do. But he also said he won't think about that until the playoffs are over. So Toronto's success in the playoffs totally depends on whether Plekanec returns or not. But yeah, thanks for watching, boys. Peace out.